selling. So tell me this, as you went from stick welding and now you're on the MIG welding process, in your personal opinion, what is the advances of the MIG welding versus the stick welding?
Okay, for me, I'm more comfortable. It's a little easier to maneuver for me. And I like, well, my movement. I'm more comfortable with the movement that I have to utilize to MIG weld as opposed to with the stick.
Okay.
With the stick, I was having a difficulty, like getting comfortable and finding a movement. Yeah.
But do you feel like that the stick welding process we started first? Do you feel like it helped you learn this MIG a little easier?
Of course, because it got me familiar. Remember, I didn't know anything about welding, so it definitely got me more familiar with being able to like handle the instruments. Also, you know, playing with fire, because as I told you as a kid, I was told, yo, you can't play with fire. So to be able to like play with fire and for a positive reason, you know what I'm saying, it kind of took some getting used to, because I even told you, I said, yo, psychologically, the things that we say impact us even though we don't pay any attention. Because when I started the class or whatever, my mindset was like, dang, like, yo, I was always told I couldn't play with fire. So I was a little scared initially to even like really put in 100%.
You know what's so funny? You was even when you hit the trigger, you jumped every time. You don't do that now, but at first, every time you pop it, boy, you would jump. Yeah, and then you'd be good, but it'll start you every time.
And that's what I said, because subliminally, and I didn't know that until I started welding, that I really had this within me about fire. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't pay attention to that. So I said, you know, it taught me to be mindful of what I say, like I have grandchildren. So words are very powerful. It made me more mindful to what I would say to them in reference to different things. But yo, this is like, for me, it's like easy. I'm a lot more comfortable. I will also stress that you need to have the proper attire, equipment,
proper
clothing.
PPE. Proper PPE.
Most definitely.
Because that made it more comfortable for you, because you were getting little sparks and burns, so you couldn't get comfortable.
I was getting burned, and I was like, okay, that's why they say don't play with fire. You know what I'm saying? Because you will get burned. But once I got the proper PPE or whatever and stuff, I felt a lot more comfortable, because I knew that even if anything did come towards me, it wasn't going to be able to penetrate me and get my skin. And then, you know, we're females, and as females or whatever and stuff, we want to be beautiful. We don't want to be
scarred. I don't want to be scarred up.
There's none of that or whatever and stuff. And this is something that you can do as a woman and not have to worry about that once you have the proper PPE.
Yeah, I think you're doing fam. I think you're doing great, fam. We're going to watch you some more, that you keep doing it. But one thing that I do love about it, that you are now getting more comfortable and you're more consistent. I can tell just by the way you initiated that first one. You until it was done.
Yeah.
It wasn't no stopping. You weren't getting frustrated. You took it from start to finish. And it's getting better and better. So our goal is to get you to get the bead down. You get the bead down straight and you get it consistent, and then we can start doing T-joints and lap joints and start building things. After you get the bead down, then you can start creating things from there. But if you can never control to get a good bead, I'm like, hey, there ain't no reason to move no faster until we get that down. Sure. But now I figure after you finish this today, honestly, with the progress you're making, you do this for one more day, starting tomorrow, we can start doing lap joints, T-joints, you know, doing something different. Because the main thing was to make sure you get the bead down.
Yes.
So I figure after doing it for a few hours a day consistently, I think you'll fine-tune yourself. And that's the main thing, though. Practice make perfect.
I do agree.
The more you do it, you start correcting yourself now. You're like, you know what? I did this wrong. I did this. You know what? I should have did this. Now you understand certain lingo.
Once you get the process, because it all is a process. Once you get the process, and everybody develops their own pattern, because what I noticed, the process is familiar for everybody. But everybody's pattern is different. Like,
it's different. Even if they did it the same, it's still just like a handwriting, like a signature.
Yes.
Everybody got a different signature.
Yes, and that's one of the concepts I've been using too, or whatever. Like, and I probably shouldn't say this because we're on video, but you know, this is kind of like a gun. But then my concept is that the tip of my gun is like a pen. And see, my penmanship is excellent, so in my mind, I'm like, yo, if I can write, you know what I'm saying, then I should have the mindset of thinking of this as an instrument for me to write. So basically, it's like creating art. So, you know, I'm flattered, like I said, that I've gotten this far, because initially when I started, I knew nothing about welding. Because I was getting burned and I didn't at that time have the proper PPE for myself. I had PPE, mind you, but it wasn't what I felt comfortable with. You know, it had me on a different mindset. But now it's basically changed my whole concept totally. I'm like excited to move forward, and yo, the opportunity to be able to utilize it as an entrepreneurship aspect, generate resources, because I'm about breaking generational curses, and also to utilize it because there's some crafts that I'm into that this will allow me to make more money than I have made. So
kill
it's a
several
good
birds
deal.
with one stone. Yeah, you're killing several birds. You're using something, and that's what I tell people about welding. I said one reason why I love it and I gravitated to it because it don't have no cap, ain't no ceiling on it. You can do it as an employee, you can do it as a business owner, you can do it as a side hustle, you can do it, you know, you can do it just to say, hey, I know how to do it and make some money. But it's so much into it that once you get it, there's no reason for you to be broke no more.
That's true.
You can make some money out of it, some type of way, even if you're making something to sell.
That's true.
You can get some money.
And we all better get hip that jobs are becoming obsolete, so you're going to need to have a trade or a skill to be able to generate some kind of resource. And even if you're not dealing with money, always be mindful that you can barter. You know what I mean? So somebody could need me to weld something for them, and who knows, they might have some vegetables, they might have some water, they might have something that I need, and we can exchange our services, and it doesn't require having fiat, what they call money. Because as you can see, this system is truly falling.
Truly falling, fam. So y'all get to get these skills, fam. We're going to watch it, and we're going to keep getting our hog on, fam. Miss P can do it, you ain't got no excuse.
Truly.
All on.